Good morning. It is the first day of school and Isabella is headed to 6th grade and Natalie's headed to 4th grade. We just did our obligatory outside the house pictures, and this is going to be the first year that since preschool that they have gone to 2 different schools. So Isabella's heading to middle school today and Natalie is heading back to her regular school, and this is the first time since March 2020 that they have both been in the classroom, so it's kind of exciting. So we've got their backpacks. Natalie, you want to show me your backpack? She's got her new backpack on. Isabella's got her Harry Potter backpack.
It's an old backpack. And Penguin
doesn't
have a backpack on.
Penguin doesn't have a backpack. He's trying to figure out where he's going. He's ready to go to 6th grade.
He's like, I graduated.
So we have kids going to 2 different schools this year because Isabella's in middle school and Natalie's still in elementary school. So we are dividing and conquering to do car lines. I'm heading to the middle school. My husband's going to the elementary school. And this is the first year that we've had to do this. Normally I just dropped everyone off in the mornings and I picked everyone up in the evenings. But of course a lot has changed since then. So we are gonna head over and do car line at the middle school for the first time. So the girls are off at school and I'm going into work for a little bit, and then I will go home this afternoon and work from home a bit after they come home. Now, the end of the day is a bit precarious, so fingers crossed today goes well, because typically they would go to after school care and that's not currently offered. So, and it's been a big kerfuffle. Like the school district's been scrambling to try to figure out what they're gonna do. So they think that they might have it in a month or so, but temporarily what the school district is doing is they're offering a free tutoring program, which is nice. So we tried to sign up Natalie for that, and the teachers will help them with their homework and all of that, and it's supposed to be about for a month until they figure out what they're gonna do about after school care. For Isabella, she can ride the bus home, but this is the first time that we've ever used the bus. So I don't know exactly what's gonna happen this afternoon because Isabella has never attempted to catch a bus other than going on a field trip. So there's that's different. And also with the tutoring program, we never got any sort of confirmation or any real information about it. So we sent in the registration information, so we are anticipating Natalie will be going to that this afternoon, but I'm gonna have to be a bit flexible at the end of school day just in case I get a call that, Mom, I missed the bus, or Mom, they say I'm not in the tutoring program. So we'll see. It's been a bit crazy here right at the beginning of school just because everything has changed so rapidly in Alabama, and the school district has rapidly had to change, and so then they've been so focused on COVID stuff and they haven't been able to find people to work for the after school program that they've just been having to make last minute decisions. In fact, the city of Huntsville actually just announced that all the rec centers, school started today on Wednesday, and yesterday on Tuesday they announced that all the rec centers would have free after school care programs, but there's no buses or anything to get there, so you'd literally have to pick up your kid and then drop them off or something. I don't know. Anyways, everything's a bit of a mess this year, but we're just rolling with it. And they were super excited to be back in school today. Also, speaking of messes, you'll probably notice that my car looks different. That is because I'm not in my car, I'm in my husband's Jeep. My car is typically pretty reliable. I have had a Honda CR-V a couple times. This is like the 2nd or 3rd one I've had. I think it might be the 3rd actually. Anyways, doesn't matter. This one has been fairly reliable. It's like what we usually drive to Florida and all that, but apparently the starter has decided to go out on it. It's about time in its like life cycle. I put a lot of miles on my car, and we typically just drive the wheels off of them. But the starter, I think, has gone out. So last night when we went to the pool, because we kind of did a last day of summer hurrah, we took the kids to Dairy Queen, got them blizzards, then we were gonna go down to the pool, and my husband had gone ahead with Natalie because Isabella had clarinet lessons. This is a long-winded story to tell you about my car breaking down. But so I take Isabella to clarinet, car starts and everything, get back to the house, we get our swimsuits on, go out to the car won't start. Car will not start. Car will not start. After about 20 times trying, will not start. So luckily the neighborhood's just in our pool. The pool is just in our neighborhood. So we walked down there in this road home with my husband. This morning it took a couple tries, but by the goodness of grace, my car started this morning. There's like all kinds of Space Camp kids watching me vlog right now. That's okay. My car started this morning and I managed to get Isabella through Carline, but when I got back home, because I planned to come back home, change clothes, and then come over here to work, the car wouldn't start again. So I'm in my husband's Jeep. That was a really long-winded way of saying I'm in my husband's Jeep. And last night when the car wouldn't start, my husband actually went ahead and ordered a starter. So he's handy with all that kind of stuff and putting up light fixtures. So we ordered a starter. Hopefully he should be able to put that in. But it is nice when you have someone that can diagnose those things and change them out and all of that. As I hate going to the dealership. I hate going to the dealership. I dread this situation because I hate dealing with that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's the starter. He can change it out. It'll be fixed and I'll be back on my way in my car. So I'm going to go into work now. It's going to be a little bit of a crazy week and that just added to the craziness, but the kids are excited to be back in school. So we're glad for that. And this is my morning view, lots of rockets. I don't normally talk about where I work because I do not like mixing my vlog life, personal business life with work life, work life. But this is my morning view. We're talking about it. Thank you to everyone. Last year, almost this exact same time, I did let work and my personal life work blend together for like the first time ever, and I talked about Space Camp because this time last year was Save Space Camp and we did it. We managed to basically save the company and it is back going this year. In fact, another group of kids is walking past the car looking at me vlog right now. So thank you for your support last year. I have pulled that video down because I really don't like mixing the two, but I did want to mention it because it is 1 year ago that, oh my gosh, it was heartbreaking at the time and stressful and all of the emotions, but we did it in like a week and a half. Some amazing corporations came through and gave some amazing donations, and just tremendous that we were able to keep things open, get back to the Space Camp season and start building back. Now, of course, things are precarious in Alabama again, but Space Camp is still running, which is awesome. And I'm hoping my girls will be able to come here next summer. We were full to capacity this summer, but I'm hoping next year will be the summer that they can come because I'm also a Space Camp alumna, and I'm really looking forward to them having that experience as well. So it is about 3 o'clock. I am back home. I changed clothes real quick. I'm gonna switch out some laundry. I got my work clothes started in the laundry. I'm gonna fold some towels real quick. And now I get to hang out and wait and see if everyone made it where they were supposed to today. Fingers crossed. Isabella should hopefully be getting on a bus and Natalie should be going to her event, and then I can get everyone all rounded up. So I can probably do a little bit more work on the computer this afternoon. It's nice because we've been working remotely for so long that we know we can kind of do this hybrid remote. We're actually quite efficient at it, which is great. Especially most of what I do is all on the computer and it's all mobile, which is nice. So that's going to be helpful as we go into the school year and kind of the unknown. They have started doing COVID updates for our area daily again, and the numbers just keep going up. We're headed towards a wave that's supposed to be higher than any of the waves that we've had before, so it's a little bit surreal that we literally stayed home all last year, and then we literally sent the kids to school as a wave that is predicted to be bigger than all the others is literally starting here in our area, in Alabama in general as well. So it's just, unfortunately, the views here have changed to where people are just tired of dealing with it and they don't want to take it seriously anymore, for the most part. I'm speaking in generalizations, but they are doing these COVID updates daily, and of course, like, medical professionals are taking it seriously. But when you're out, most people aren't wearing masks. They had to mandate masks for the schools. There was a huge uproar about that, and people just lost their minds, which, you know, coming from a different area is just, it's just a different point of view. It's a little bit insanity to me because our numbers have literally gotten so high that it's like, this seems like it was a no-brainer. But anyways, so there's all that going on in the background here, but at the same time, there's no mask mandate anymore for our state. There was last year when the peak was like this high. And for some of the school districts, it's completely, you know, some of them have masks, some of them don't. We're the lowest vaccinated state right now. It's just a really awkward situation. And our school district, although they did mandate masks, they're not going to do any contact tracing this year. If you are what they call close contact, you don't have to quarantine anymore. So like literally, I could have COVID in my household, my kids could still go to school. So it's just completely different this year than last year, the whole take on it. It just, the whole way around down here. So I don't know how it's going to turn out for us, to be quite honest. The virtual option that we did last year, it was not offered in the same way. So last year the kids were able to do virtual completely at home all year long. They had 2 classes of kids per each grade directly from their school. So teachers that worked at their school, and every single school offered that in our district, doing virtual at home. This year, how they had it set up is you just ended up in a random, different school was hosting all the HVA classes. So you really wouldn't have any association with your home school. The kids would just be a mix from all over the district. And it just was not set up to be as user-friendly. They would not really have live lessons. The teacher would just kind of check in with them to see if they have questions, and it wouldn't work for us. It's completely different than last year. Last year was fine, we made it work. But they had live lessons, and had more interaction with their teacher, and they had kids in their classes that they recognized. And so it's a little unnerving to know that we just literally sent them back into the situation that we were trying to avoid all year long last year. But, you know, they were pretty good at wearing their mask, and, you know, hopefully we just have to make it a couple months until the vaccine is available for their age groups. They are both under 12. So lots of fingers crossed right now. And anyhow, that's the situation down here in Alabama. It's completely different than it was, you know, in the fall. So some states are still taking it seriously, but here it's just a free-for-all. And I think it's kind of the same thing that's going on in Florida. It's just being left up to the individual. There, I don't even think the schools can tell. That's a completely different deal. But it's just being left up to the individual businesses and schools here. And it's a little bit unnerving, to be honest. But this is where we're at, so this is what we have to deal with, and just make the most of it. But I hope the kids had a good day at school. I'm really excited to hear about Isabella's first day of middle school. She was so looking forward to it. And I know Natalie was super excited to be back in the classroom. She was super excited about her teacher. She was just really, really excited to be back in her school, because this school has been amazing. We are so thankful that we moved over here, and we're so glad that the kids both had at least one full good year, and then most of the first year of COVID. They were in 2nd grade and 4th grade when COVID hit, and ironically Natalie now has the same teacher for 4th grade. You can hear Penguin drinking in the background, by the way. Natalie now has the same teacher that Isabella had for 4th grade, so they have had the same teacher twice now, because Natalie had the same teacher for 3rd grade last year that her sister had. But our school's been amazing. The teachers are amazing. They're resilient, and I feel bad for them having to deal with all this as well. But anyhow, I hope they had a good day. I can't wait to hear about it. So I'm gonna fold some towels, go check in on my email, and then wait to see if anyone calls me needing to get picked up because they missed their transportation mode. Did you get a drink, buds? Little Penguin was lost today because we were all gone, and he did not know where we were. So Dan brought his extra dog bed downstairs, and he camped out with my husband all day long because Dan's still working from home indefinitely, like forever and ever apparently at this point. This is the one southern thing I do, is I drink tea. It's unsweetened tea, but I drink tea basically every day.
Hi.
You found your buddy. So I'm in Carline now at Natalie's school and getting ready to go pick her up. and it sounds like all went well with her program. And Isabella got home just before I had to leave, so I was excited I got to see her. She is hanging out with Penguin. Penguin was super excited to see her. He was not knowing what to do today because he has had his buddies home for so long. It's going to be an adjustment for him, but she sounded like she had an awesome day. I can't wait to hear all about it, but I think she's going to love middle school, so I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to hear what Natalie thought about 4th grade. I think that she probably had fun and was just excited to be back in the classroom. So I am going to pick her up, and then we get to turn around and do it all over again tomorrow. But it worked out with Isabella riding the bus and then me coming over here to get Natalie. The timing worked out to where hopefully we could do it even if like one parent was out of town traveling or whatever. We should hopefully be able to do pickups and drop-offs, hopefully, at the 2 different schools, and you know, bus riding and all the different programs and everything. So that should work out. There's a little bit of our mountain view that we get while we are in Carline. I do really like our view over here, which is nice. So for dinner tonight, our neighbor is also from Illinois, and they just got back from Illinois today, and they brought us all of this sweet corn that was just picked today, I think. So we are having some sweet corn for dinner tonight. And no, it's not from Dollar General, it's just some Dollar General bags. But we are gonna have sweet corn with some chicken, and that is gonna be dinner tonight. So that is in the oven. Oh, everything's actually just getting going here. So this will be delicious. The chicken is done, and we are going to get dinner on plates. Penguin's very interested in what we're having for dinner.
He's more interested in getting pets, I think.
Yes, he was very excited to see you both. So I am finishing up getting some laundry done. I gotta get shirts hung up and things put away. I had to wash some of my work clothes. But all in all, I think the first day of school went well. It was the very first time that either of the girls, other than like a field trip or whatever, have rode the bus, which was interesting. It was a first for that. And here's the shirt I was wearing earlier. And it was, yeah, the first time we've had kids at 2 schools. So it's a number of new things today, but we made it through. I think we're all going to sleep well tonight. It is a little bit exhausting, like going back into like the real world and back into like a regular routine. Like, I know we'll like adjust to it, but it's interesting because we were at home all last year, and it was just a lot easier because everything was right here. We didn't really have to deal with commutes. It really cut out a lot of just hubbub during the day because we didn't have to like go sit in Carline and then drive all the way to work. And I mean, that, you don't realize it at the time. Well, we probably all did when COVID hit, but you don't really realize it when you're in the middle of doing it, but that takes like 2 hours out of your day, like 2 hours in the morning and, you know, considerable amount of time in the evening. So it's interesting going back to that kind of. We're not fully back 100% like we were because things just aren't exactly the same. Like they don't have the after school care like they used to have and all of that. But yeah, it's interesting. So anyhow, I think they had a good day, and I'm going to finish putting away my laundry, and then I guess start getting things ready for tomorrow. So it's been pretty easy as far as packing lunches. Natalie really likes eating lunch at school. I do think I'm going to get some of those fun sandwich makers from Amazon and just kind of make some like fun cutesy lunches. I'll share those in an upcoming video. But she really likes eating lunch at school, so she does that quite a bit. Then Isabella never eats lunch at school, so it's like the complete opposite, but I'll try to find some fun things for her as well, and I'll share those in an upcoming video. So how was 4th grade today?
It was good.
Yeah? What was your favorite part?
It would probably end up being the weeks we do science.
Yeah? Do you just do science like 1 week and then every other week?
Almost, you've got it. Because science and social studies, so like, you do science and social studies a few weeks, science a few weeks, social studies a few weeks, science a few weeks.
Oh, so it like double alternates.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell everyone about 4th grade?
He read us a cool book.
What was the name of the book?
Wonder.
Wonder? What is it about so far?
Well, it's about an unusual kid who thinks he's usual, except he knows he's a little bit unusual, and he wishes he was regular.
Interesting.
So far, which he's gonna go to school,
Uh-huh.
so that's probably gonna become very interesting. It's getting close to the point where it feels like his first day of school, like mine.
Yep. How did you think about your first day of school?
It was.
We're glad to be back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a fun day, but pretty exhausting day. So I'm ready to call it a night here shortly after the kids go to bed. Not too long after them. So hopefully y'all are having a great either end of your summer or back to school time frame, and we'll be back with more vlogs very soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.